ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
Wow, that's an interesting coronavirus mask. Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another McFarlane Toys action figure review on the DC Multiverse, The Flash Rebirth. Try and get your DC Multiverse figures, you can do so at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And while you're down there, please go ahead and hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And a big thank you to McFarlane Toys for making this review possible and sending out this sample my way to review for you guys. If you want to see the latest from McFarlane Toys, be sure to check the link in the description below. And ooh, this looks really sick. I remember seeing this creep up on an Unparalleled Universe live stream at one point. You can see the Flash DC Rebirth right there. On the back, you can see a nice comic book image. I like the artwork. Then you can see some other DC Comics covers right there on the bottom. And then it says the Flash on this side. Then the window creeps up to the top. Not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. So we get the trading card. We get the standard issue DC Multiverse stand right here. You can see that right there, tempo on there. And then we get these Speed Force effects, which I think are awesome, and a coffee stain. And these are great. I love that we get these clear translucent Speed Force effects. This is so awesome. These lightning bolts look great and they're pliable and everything. They're not brittle. So you get two small ones for each of the forearms, and then you get two for each leg, which looks good. These ones are longer, and you could switch where you port them in. And then you get this one big one for a foot, so it fits better on his left foot. You just plug it into the heel port, and it sits on the ground. You could also plug this into the DC Multiverse stand, so that'll sit on the ground like that. You'll see images later on. I like this one though. And then you also get this, which plugs right into the back of the figure. And I wish we'd gotten a joint of rotation right here for each of these larger lightning effects, because sometimes it looks a little better plugging it in sideways, but you can see it's contoured and everything to fit onto the back of the figure. I'll demonstrate. Let's see how it just fits in like that, and yeah, it fits pretty snug. I like that. And you can move these up and down, so that's the only direction they'll move in, is up and down. I wish that it did have a rotation thing. There's sometimes where I did take it off and plug it in like this. For certain camera angles it works out having it move sideways like that. It's not meant to go that way, but hey, there's things you can do. So I love that McFarlane Toys went with the Francis Manapul design for the Flash. I loved that run. I think I read every issue, and I just love his artwork. I follow him on Instagram. I've been following Francis Manapul for a long time and just love his artwork, and I think they really translated his style into this figure extremely well. I really, really dig this a lot. I did have to heat up one of these bolts right over here. It was bent a little downward. You can see that we get some sculpted lightning bolts right over there on the top of the head. And then it comes all the way around to the back right there. And while the rest of the figure doesn't have any shadowing effect or anything like that, I gotta say I love this variety of sculpted detail that we're seeing throughout. I mean, you're mostly seeing a lot of smooth areas and then this ribbed pattern right here on the shoulders, and I think it looks really good. These lightning bolts right here are not sculpted, they're just tampoed on there, and then you get this nice sculpted Speed Force logo right over there on the center of the figure, and it's deeply sculpted in there, so that's cool. Same thing with the belt right there. I think the paint apps came out very clean. There's a couple little spots like right here where it looks a little bit weird, but it's mostly very clean looking. I really dig it. You can see the port right over there for the effects and everything. Really dig how the sculpt came out. You can see the belt right there, and then you get the trim. This is my biggest gripe with the figure, is that he does not have interchangeable hands. He just has the one wide open hand like this, and then he has a fisted hand. So having interchangeable hands would have really kicked things up a lot, I think. Yeah, I really wish we got more interchangeable hands in general from McFarlane Toys. You can see slight color differences from the different plastics used. Like for instance, around the waist right here, this is a softer material. This is definitely a hard plastic. And it looks pretty good right over here with the legs and everything. And then you get some nice sculpted detail right there with the boots. And then you get some little exposed pins right over there. Not a big deal. And you get peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So get some pretty adequate articulation on this figure. Not fantastic. I wish the head could look up more than that, but he will look up just a little bit. You can move the head downward a lot more so. You get side-to-side motion and good head pivoting. The butterfly joints over here are a bit weird to work with. On this right side, it shifts forward and back a lot easier than his left side for some reason, but you can see it move in and out now, so yeah, with a little bit more effort. It will shift up and down with that butterfly joint as well. Then you get the independent shoulder joint right here that allows for movement to go outward that much. So with both of them, like, it's just for some reason on the right side, it just moves a lot easier right there. Anyway, you can move the shoulders inward and you get a full rotation bicep swivel, great double jointed elbows, and then the wrist turns side to side and hinge horizontally or up and down depending on how you have it configured. You get a diaphragm joint that turns side to side, good diaphragm pivot, crunches forward only a tiny bit, back more so, waist swivel, waist pivot, waist crunch. So with both waist and the diaphragm joint, he'll move forward that much, and with both joints, he'll move back way more. And then you get hips that move outward very far. He'll kick forward very far, back a little bit. No upper thigh cut, but you get a little bit of wiggling right there. And then you get double jointed knees that bend in all the way, and then ankles turn side to side. They hinge down, they hinge up. You get ankle pivot and toe articulation. Now to measure out this Flash figure, you can see that it is standing just a little under the 7.5 inch mark. And then for a Flash comparison, we have our McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Flash next to the Mattel DC UC Flash figure from many years ago. And you are not seeing unique sculpting throughout like how you are with this one. This just has so much more to offer, even though I do like the shading on the red. I wish we had gotten that kind of detail with this one. And here's a new Flash figure next to the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Action Comics 1000 Superman. And I guess these scale okay together. I would still like Superman to be a bit taller than the Flash, maybe just by a little bit, but they're close in height. You know, I would still like to see a classic Superman come out again from McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse with a slightly different design, maybe more interchangeable hands. Then here's the Flash next to the Arkham Origins Deathstroke figure, which I recently reviewed, and these scale okay. And then here's the new Flash figure next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Badass Spider-Man. Flash, huh? So you think you're... Wow, that was really fast. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please show some love and hit that like button and hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And a big thank you to all these people over here showing even more extra love via Patreon. If you're interested in signing up to help this channel grow, check it out. Link in the description below. This figure I like a lot. There are things that bother me about it, like the lack of interchangeable hands. I wish we'd gotten swappable hands with this guy. Other than that, I think it's an awesome figure, though. I love this whole concept of having these added effects to it. That is so freaking cool. I really like it a lot. It makes it fun to pose around, even though I feel like there is a limitation to the number of poses I can get him in. It's definitely a pre-pose kind of thing. You could totally feel that while you're displaying the figure and everything. It does have a pre-pose in mind, which is not my favorite thing, but it doesn't stop you from getting him into a whole bunch of other poses. And I gotta say, this is pretty badass looking. I really do like it a lot. And at the price point of $20, I'm gonna give this Flash a Sud rating of...
I love it!
And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comment section below. If you want to see the latest in action figure news and a photo gallery of images, you can find it all over at toynewseye.com. And if you want to follow me on social media, check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and Stardust. And I will catch you guys later. Peace!
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face, your face.